Good morning, y'all. I may be looking rough. Listen, I just woke up, but I just feel like I had to get this message out, man, because I've been struggling with something for a long time, and I know it's a lot of people may be struggling for the same thing, and that's just getting lost inside this world. Man, listen, you got to understand, man, when I'm just speaking for myself, I'm 23. When I was in middle school, elementary school, high school, content was a thing, right? It was a thing. You still had, Facebook, all these things, Snapchat, Kick. We had content, we had social media platforms, but it was never like this, right? Like in this period of time right now, I think just because so many people see the money there is so value is so high. So people dump so much content on this app, and it's like ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. So, man, especially with me just getting to this entrepreneur space, I'm like, okay, I want to find people who think how I think, or who already have businesses and who are doing it at a high level. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna follow people, and then I just start to begin seeing myself following more people, which is cool, right? It's good information, but at the same time, is now I start to see myself, overindulging into listening to this content or watching this content, and wanting to know how a person does their daily routine, how long they work within their day, to just trying to structure their way, just trying to use the same structures they implemented inside their business to make it scale, which is okay from the outside perspective, but as a consumer, it really consumes your life, because at the end of the day, you start to like push off the things that God has set for your life and the person that He wants you to become, just so you can be like the other person. And that's a huge thing as well, because we have to continue to understand that God has made us individually to be someone amazing. But if you trying to hop on somebody else's wave, you're gonna constantly push that thing away and not to live in your true purpose. So I'm watching people who are doing, billionaires, whatever it may be, and it's like, and as a man, we already are like hunters, right? We already naturally competitive and, just want to do things the best, right? I think so, right? Our natural instinct is just to conquer, right, and to take over. So when I'm constantly hearing people talking about, yeah, they doing $1 billion, like they're billionaires, and people who are doing $200 million a year, it changes my whole mind infrastructure. Like the whole, like how my mind is structured, it just completely changes it, because it puts me in the space of like, man, okay, I want to be a billionaire. I'm about to go get this billionaire. But then you have that mindset, but you really don't truly understand what it costs to be a billionaire. Like you literally have to work. You're going to have to work your whole life just to implement the steps, the strategies, the teams, build this whole thing out to be a millionaire, bro. It's not simple. It's not a simple task. That's why you see people who are billionaires, they're like 50, they're 50 and up, because you had to work for 25, 30 years to accomplish something like this, maybe even more, a whole lifetime, So I think, man, just realizing that and understanding, man, like I would listen, and I'm just not figuring this out 2-3 days ago. Like, bro, you were lost. Like we consume so much content, and we still have. Listen, I'm a good person. My intentions were still pure and still good, but at the same time, I was allowing that to take over my whole life. Right? I'm worried about the business. I'm worried about hearing more about financial literacy than I was reading my Bible. Man, that's why I got right here. And like, I can't let that happen no more, because God has something set on my life that's gonna be so much special, and He already has an audience, right? He already has an audience for me to fulfill, right? He already has people that are waiting for my message that I'm supposed to give them. And how am I going to give them that message if I'm following somebody else's actions to reach their audience? That audience I was never even supposed to reach. And that's the biggest thing with me, just even making this video. It was like, this is how I always used to make videos, because I felt like this was just a real interaction with a person, right? And not thinking people as just, sorry about that, but not thinking about people as just an avatar or, an audio, like really understanding like there's somebody on the other side of this camera listening to what I'm saying. Because when you get to this higher corporation, you start to understand it on a whole nother psychological level. Bigger companies just take humans, right, in their mind, and they just know how they work. They know how they communicate. They know what they want. They know their challenges. They know their desires. That they know who you are. So now they can market you in a whole nother different way, just to get you to go where they go. All these things, like, it's a lot. And it's at the end of the day, I got to just be as real as possible, because I think that's where I can be a help and be a service to you. You know, like, people who watching this video, like, I'm here to serve you, right? I'm here to serve you with, financial education. I'm here to serve you with, some of God's word. I'm here to serve you, to gain your confidence, to get some motivation, to understand, listen, you're not the only person struggling, right? We all going through it, right? And it's just the test of times we are in, and the season that we are in. It's just like, this is something that we must go through to get to the other side, But at the same time, let me get back to what I was talking about. It's just finding that thing, right? No, I want to say finding that thing, finding yourself. Do you know yourself? I'm just looking at, bro, I'm like, this is not something I wanted. I never talked about just money, like, all these things. It was just naturally, and then it just came to me, and I was just flowing within God, you know what I mean? Just allowing God to lead me. Now, I wasn't lazy, right? I was pushing myself, I was working, but it was never a time where I valued that money over my relationship with God and the relationship with the other people in my life that I needed, that God set me there to help, So that's the biggest thing. If you are on Instagram and you are on TikTok, and you are, because just speaking like how I am, man, I just wanted it real bad. Like, I want it real bad. Like, I'm being constantly reminded of how, family ain't got everything they need, constantly reminded with things that, that I want to do, and the things that where I want to live, the places I want to travel, how I want to travel, how other people are traveling. So it was just a constant reminder, like, bro, you're not doing enough. Like, you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. And it's just like, bro, you are enough. You are enough. And God is not going to put you in any situation that you cannot handle. He's not going to put you anywhere that you cannot handle, because it will destroy you. That's why it's such a blessing for me to be able to just to find this out right now, to see these things right now. Because listen, bro, the way I was going, like, pushing myself and just trying to get there so fast, bro, I would have put myself in a situation I would have failed. Because I didn't have the infrastructure, I didn't have the system in place for me to flourish in that moment. I didn't have the mindset to flourish in that moment. So I think it's just taking a step back and just listening to what's inside my body, right? What's inside my mind, and what God wants from me, by constantly reading his word, constantly praying, constantly worshiping, going to church, right? Hearing these things. So now, okay, this is pure me. This is true me. Anywhere that I step, any room that I step in, is for a reason. I'm not stepping here just on coincidence. I'm not stepping on here just because I want it. Like, this was my action. No, this was God sent, right? We are God's children. So anywhere that I go is with full confidence, because I know I'm supposed to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So just find yourself, man. Find yourself. Because it's gonna relax you. You ain't gotta be tripping. You ain't gotta be putting on the front. Listen, this T, baby. This TC. This Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think that's a big thing, man. And just, man, we gotta take a step back from all this content. Who are you? Who truly are you? Who are you truly? And it's gonna open up so many doors for you, and just go take a lot of weight off your back, man, because bro, this world we live in is crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. But man, I hope y'all got a message from this video. I want to continue to serve y'all, man. Trust me. Every time I get a message from God, I'm gonna hop on his phone, I'm gonna record a video, and I'm gonna just let it flow. Like, none of this was written down, right? None of this was written down. This is all just me speaking. This is what I'm going through right now, and I know with somebody on the other side of this camera that may be going through this thing, or you may be you may go through it in the future. And it's good for you to get it now, right? And understand that. So I love y'all, man, to death. If anything that I could do for y'all, man, I'm just here to serve. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all for the next video. Go on.